Hello, my name is North, and in this video I'm bringing you a Goldeneye Wii multiplayer gameplay onto my channel. In this video I'm going to be talking about Nintendo and why they shouldn't go third party. Pretty much with every single financial results that Nintendo release, a lot of people say that Nintendo should go third party, they should stop making consoles, and they should bring the likes of Zelda, Mario Kart, Smash Brothers to PlayStation and Xbox. And for me that would be completely stupid, just because Nintendo would make less money doing that. I think a lot of people saying that they want to play Zelda, Mario on the PS4, I think those people wouldn't actually buy those games. I think, if they actually wanted to play those games, then they would actually pick up a Nintendo system. And I think a lot of these people saying that they want to play Zelda on the PS4 is the fact that they just want something which they can't get on their system, and that is, for me, the only reason why they say that they want to play Nintendo's exclusives. I think Nintendo's exclusives will do quite poor on the PS4 and Xbox One. I think it will get overshadowed by the yearly franchises like Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed, Battlefield. I think the people on those consoles have made their choice and they want third party games. And I think if Nintendo did go third party and they started making games for the PlayStation and Xbox consoles, I think their games wouldn't do as well as what people think they would do. Like I said, I think a lot of people say that they want these games, but I don't think they would actually buy these games. I really don't, just because, like I said before, if they really wanted to play these games, then they would have bought a Nintendo system to play the likes of Mario Kart, Zelda, Smash Brothers, and all of the other exclusives that Nintendo has. And in terms of a business decision, recently, with the latest NPD results for February, Majora's Mask was the biggest selling game. It sold 515,000 copies, and that was a handheld game. And obviously with Nintendo starting to make mobile games, I'm sure a lot of people say Nintendo should ditch making handheld games altogether and just focus on the mobile platform. But let's just think about this for 1 second. If they did actually do that, if they did actually bring Majora's Mask over to the iPhone and to tablets and to the Samsungs and to the Windows phones out there, they wouldn't make as much money. Just think, at this moment in time, not only have they actually bought the console, which costs around £180, but they've bought a game that costs around about £35. And if they just release Majora's Mask for the iPhone and for tablets, then for me it would represent a poor business decision, because they definitely wouldn't make as much money as to what they're making right now. It's like they would pretty much price Majora's Mask at about £2 maximum, probably. They definitely wouldn't make as much money as what they are making right now for their handheld division. And that is pretty much the case for consoles as well. If they just stop making consoles, then they would lose out on all of the money that people would spend on the consoles, and I don't think they'll see that much of an increase in terms of sales for their games. Yes, they might get a small increase, but if you take that into account with less console sales, or with no console sales at all, then they really wouldn't make that much money at all. So for me, I think Nintendo should never go third party. It represents a bad business decision in terms of consoles. They would make less money for me. I don't think people would actually go out and play those games over the likes of Call of Duty and Assassin's Creed, just because those people have already made those choices. That if they wanted to play Nintendo's exclusives so much, then they would have bought a Wii U pretty much. So I don't think it would represent a good business decision, just because they would miss out on console sales for both handheld and consoles. And I don't think their games would sell that much on other systems as well. And in terms of their handheld games, why move their games over to mobile and charge 99p for their games when they can easily get £35, which is value for money, by the way, for their games? Why should Nintendo bring their handheld games to tablets and smartphones, especially when they would make less money from no handheld console sales, and they would make less money from actual game sales as well? So for me, I don't think Nintendo should ever go third party, and I know a lot of people say Snorf, they will do that in the future because, you know, they're going into mobile games now, but I don't think they will. I think they will still stick to making hardware, and I think that would make a good business decision. Why should they move to other consoles when they're making quite a lot of money now? Yes, the Wii U isn't selling that well compared to the PS4 and Xbox One, but it definitely is a lot more than what they would make if they just made games for the PS4 and Xbox One. So yeah, that is pretty much all I'm going to talk about for this video. I think a lot of people saying that they want Nintendo games on their platforms are just saying that because it's something which they can't get. So yeah, I think if you actually thought, or if people actually thought about the business behind video games, then they would realise that Nintendo going third party would actually mean that it's worse for Nintendo as a business, and it's not actually better for them. A lot of people think it would be better for Nintendo as a business if they did go third party, but it definitely isn't, because you aren't getting any console sales, and in terms of console games, I don't think you'll see that much of an increase in their sales for their console games. And with handheld games, if they moved all of their games onto mobile, then you're missing out on handheld console sales, and you're definitely seeing a drop in the price of the games that you can charge for. You definitely can't charge £35 for a game on the iPhone. You pretty much can't do that. So yeah, that's just pretty much all I'll talk about for this video. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section below. I'd definitely like to hear what you guys have to say about this topic. But until next time, I'm out of here for now. Goodbye.